Welcome to the 20-Minute Gamer channel. I'm your host, Nick, and we're back with another segment of the Content Creator Showcase. Now, today we're going to be talking to a channel that is a group element. All of their contact details, all of their channel details are going to be in the description down below. So please check that out, and I cannot wait to introduce you to these gentlemen. So without further ado, let's go. We're here with the channel Get Dangerous. I have Decode, Kazumuki, and Melf with me today. Guys, say hi to the channel.
Hello, everybody.
So I've kind of got your details on the screen right now, and as people kind of look at your channel, and if they want to talk to you or kind of get involved, what are the best ways for them to do that regarding your channel?
Kaz, I think I'll let you take this one. You've got more management on that one.
Well, I mean, we are trying to build a community, so Discord is actually the best place. It's discord.gg/getdangerous.
Beautiful. And I will make sure that that Discord is linked in the description of this particular video. I mean, all of their information will be linked in the description of this video. So if for some reason Discord ain't working, there's an email address they have available as well. Where are you guys generally located, and how do you guys kind of structure your uploads? How did you guys kind of come up with the schedule? Who does the majority of the uploads? I realize that this is kind of a group thing, isn't it?
It started out as being me, but yeah, it turned into a group, and these guys are the heavy lifters.
So to answer your question, what we started off doing is, I think last year, we used to just be posting VODs from the Decode's Twitch, and at one point we were wanting to start to try doing something a little bit different, and so we started chopping up those videos. I downloaded an editing software and started chopping up the videos, and then we decided that mantra that Decode has always had is that we would try to do 1% better every day. And so pretty much our goal right now is we want to do one video every single day for 365 days for 1 year.
Nice.
And November will be us hitting that goal, right? Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's fantastic. That's good. You got to have a goal though, right? A YouTube channel can't just be uploading videos. I think that's where I've only got, I don't want to say I've only got 1,100 subscribers. Obviously, numbers are so much more than that, right? I mean, the value that the subscribers give, of course, right? But just in regards to a channel, I think where some people can suffer is they don't actually have an agenda. I think they just think, hey, if I start uploading videos, people are going to love me and that's it. I think it's great that you guys actually have an agenda. You have a reason for what you're uploading and why and how you intend on getting better. So I think that's fantastic.
Well, what we're doing most recently has been, Ken Kaza is really I would say the one pushing a lot of this, because D will go and do these. I top out at like 2 hours of streaming. He'll do these like 8-hour streams, and then we figure that turns into like 8 days maybe of content, chopped up over the time period. But then Kaz has really been pushing us lately, like, hey, maybe we can come up with like themed release days. Maybe we can come up with an intro for these, or just like an intro and an outro to the video, like give it a little more structure. And that, I think, has been the last couple of months is just so transformative for the channel.
Where do you guys find your sweet spot on content? It certainly does look like you touch base on a lot of stuff. I mean, I see Civ, I see Destiny. I even see, did I see like some platformers like Ratchet and Clank as well, and like stuff like that?
Yeah, that'd be a good one to answer.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me, whenever it comes to these kinds of games, I was in the I was in the space of like Nintendo and things like that with Mario Brothers, and I never got a chance to play those things. I only got my freedom to be able to do that when I was a teenager. But as far as like the sweet spot of what games to expect, it usually lies within my like FPS / like RPG, and whenever you merge those two together, like you get something like Mass Effect. For a while there, I was pretty much just doing that and trying to do complete playthroughs. But it's like the first person first and third person generally of like these kinds of more heavy action, that kind of thing. Because I'm ADHD out the wazoo. If it's not pumping me full of dopamine, I can barely move.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so that's kind of where it's going to land at, and I try to find anything that works, that has a little bit of a challenge to it. That was just kind of I don't know, that's kind of where it was going to land one way or another. I mean, Halo was my thing for the longest time, still is.
But you guys were on that
Welcome
Dark
back.
Tide kick forever too.
Oh, I still want to go back. Don't remind me.
Hey, listen, man. I absolutely would love. I would love to find people that want to play DARKTIDE hardcore. My buddy and I, he's kind of my right hand man. He's my, he's basically got complete access to everything my channel is and everything my Discord is, with the exception of he just can't kick me out, right? Like I still retain those collective controls, but he is 100 in my Discord here. He has the name Lord Protector because he is Lionel Johnson of the Dark Angels. So he and I go hardcore on DARKTIDE and anything Warhammer 40k. So when October 4th rolls around and they kick out those new RPG skill trees, if you guys are looking for, if you're looking to full squad up for squad, I'd love to play with you. So, we definitely play the DARKTIDE here on this channel. So,
yeah, I noticed those channels when I was actually taking a look around in your Discord. I was like, Kindred Spirit, eh?
Yes. Yeah, we love anything and everything that is Warhammer 40k. So Lion and I were, being the fans we were extremely critical about DARKTIDE's release, and we would love to go back, but obviously we want to see how this skill tree plays out. But it looks like it's going to be beautiful. So yeah. Anyway,
so far Fat Shark has not had a chance to disappoint too hard because they keep making changes.
Yeah,
because compared to like Destiny 2 and the changes that Destiny 2 puts out and the length of time it takes to get there. Oh my God.
I tell you what, not to get off on too much of a tangent. I did absolutely love Destiny. I played Destiny pretty hardcore back in 2018, 2019. And then they changed something with, you'll have to help me out here because it really has been since about 2019 since I played. I haven't really touched it since. Yep. But they changed something where the tokens that you would get from actually like completing missions on the planets changed, and it turned into more of a grind. And I was so close to like getting my Mars kit. Like I was going to be Mars kitted out. I loved that outfit because it reminded me of the armor that the good guys wore in the movie Krull, the way that the face mask was.
Wow. Oh my God. And, that is a callback.
I wanted that armor set so friggin' bad, and I was so close to it. I just had like 2 more weeks of grinding, right? It would have been smooth as butter. And then this update came through, and it's like, oh, hey, by the way, those tokens are gone. Everything's microtrans. I dropped it, and I'm like, I'm never going back. I got so mad with that change. But now everyone's telling me Destiny 2 is better. So, maybe let's talk about that. You guys play a lot of Destiny. What is it about Destiny that you guys love so much?
God, for me, I got Kaz addicted years ago, D1. I got him an Xbox and shoved the game in his face, and it's like, we're doing this.
That's been my game.
So he hasn't let it go since. That's actually kind of the reason why I still keep coming back, because I actually dipped out for 2 months over the summer, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So now I'm doing the haranguing bit, but I don't know what it is about Destiny in particular. Now, I think it's something about the deck building, with the fact that they are getting more inventive with some of the more environmental challenges that go in there. And for me, it's always the PvP. I don't know why. Like, that's kind of where I differentiate myself from, like, Cause or the others. I love PvP, even though right now I'm kind of trash at it, but I'm going to get better over time. It's just a matter of time.
Hey, man, you just got to get 1% better every day, right?
Exactly that.
Right. There you go, man. There you go.
The callback, yeah. I think that if you wanted to step back and ask someone why people come back to the game, especially because I think you'll find if you look at anyone who's in the Destiny community that their favorite game to play is Destiny. The game they hate the most is Destiny. But they keep crawling back because even all the way back in Destiny 1, the gunplay is I haven't found another game before or since, where when I shoot my gun, it feels so good to do. No matter what weapon I'm using and what loadout, it's just that core gameplay loop of shooting monsters in the face. Just never gets old.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I've stuck through it. I've always enjoyed the lore. I'm not as deep as some of the lore gurus out there, but I know some of it, and I drag D and other folks. I try getting them to come back to the habit every once in a while, every expansion or so.
I just gotta take breaks every now and then. Sometimes I'll just do something that irritates me and I have to step off, but I always come back. I can't stop. And
Yeah.
besides, as far as the lore's concerned, if you want to learn anything, my name is Bife. There you go.
Yeah, there he is.
I think what keeps people coming back to, I believe Destiny. I would classify Destiny as a cult classic title. It's right up there in favorability. I do believe, as you would find like your Halos, your Diablos, all of that. Okay. Mm-hmm. I think what maybe keeps people coming back is, there has to be a tactile feel to what you're playing that brings you back. I think we look for that stimulus. The thing that I absolutely loved the most about Diablo 1 that I can't really say I've felt, and I think that's one of the reasons why I love Diablo, but I've fallen out of it. But there was something about striking down the goatmen in the catacombs. The way that billy goat bleat hit, there was just this tactile feel. Every single, you would just be just chopping down just waves of these guys, and that billy goat just death. I could play that. I could play against waves and waves of them. And I think early on in my playing with Destiny, there certainly was a tactile feel. Maybe it was the way they had the screen shake or what, but just hitting those weak points just was so satisfying. And I could probably say I played Destiny just for that satisfaction of getting weak hit spots, right? What are they called? Weak spot hits?
The crit spot, yeah.
Crit spots,
yeah. Weak spot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
get those yellow big numbers.
I think that's something that brings people back. There has to be something there, right? I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I don't know.
I think you got it. Like, that's what keeps me coming back. And I think that also the pedigree from Bungie, as Dee mentioned, they've had plenty of missteps throughout the way, but their pedigree from making Halo series, Halo 1, 2, and 3, just exudes and oozes potential. Like, you see this universe in Destiny, and there's just nothing else like it in the industry. Like, there's tons of games out there, new games coming out all the time that are just amazing. The scope is big, all that good stuff. But there's just something unique about the art and direction of Destiny that it is just it has staying power. I think you mentioned it a second ago. It's like a kind of a cult classic. It just never is going to go out of style.
Well, I mean, community's a big thing though, as well. You kind of mentioned. With the passing of Lance Reddick, I mean, that's a prime example. I mean, even though I hate TikTok, I think it's the devil. I'm addicted to TikTok. I can't stand it. I'm like, you know what? I need to delete this. And it's like, but maybe if I watch one more quick cooking video,
just one more,
I'll be satisfied, right? But yeah, I saw so many Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts, and TikToks from Aliens community, Halo community, Call of Duty, Take a Break, Guardians, we've got it from here. That community, I agree with you 100% there, Kaz. Being part of a community is super important. And that also kind of hails back to something that you guys are also building as well. You mentioned, man, doing a callback to what you said. You guys are trying to build a community, and I think that it's also great that you play games that foundationally support community play. I think that I think you guys found your calling. So
yeah, I mean, this is definitely what I would like to do compared to what I'm doing now. For sure.
I'll say one of the other mainstays of our gameplay activity, we've been building our own RPG for the last I want to say 3 years.
It's been three plus.
Time is a flat circle, right? It's impossible to tell, especially the last few
ever
years,
since
but-
2020, right?
Yeah. But so, we're in our second campaign of Shadows, which is like our homebrew game. It's not our version of, D&D or like Cyberpunk or like some other existing system. Like we are building the rules, we are writing the book, like all of that, out of our own brains. And so that is that's one of the real fun things that we do together live, every Thursday night when people
as long as
are
adults
sick.
can get together. Yeah.
When someone doesn't have a thing to do. But so that's how I got pulled into this group, was like, hey, let's play this RPG together that we're building. And then then D really dove into the like, hey, I can stream these other things too. And so now we've got this like real wide ranging catalog of stuff on there, from live RPG playing to the team stuff with Destiny and with Darktide, and then like some single player stuff. And so it's just been really fun the last few months to see all this stuff really clicking more.
I believe that people want things from smaller studios. All right. You're seeing a lot more success from younger authors than you are seeing from your John Grishams anymore. You're seeing a lot more success in games from small indie developers than you are AAA title carriers anymore. And piggybacking on what you guys are doing, I mean, just stick with it, but people are going to want things from smaller people are more creative. They're more creative, and their ideas get lost trying to sell them off or give them off to other companies, So I think it's fantastic, guys. I mean, definitely stick with it. I want to see that. I want to see that success. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely the best thing to come out of the pandemic.
Hey, there you go, man. Yeah, 100%. Find the positivity in everything, right?
That's true. This all started with D. Like, he came up with this idea of Get Dangerous, and the kind of our logo has always been writing, gaming, and badassery, as kind of just very concise. But what we really, like you asked a second ago or a little bit ago, like what are we trying to do with our channel? We just want to share. Like, we just want to share what we've been doing and what's having fun. You pointed out that we have a kind of a menagerie of different games coming out. Mm-hmm. And the reason is because we share everything. What I mean by that is that D shares his Twitch channel. I'll stream to his Twitch channel, and Scott or Melf can do it as well. And we've got another guy, Blue, who streamed to the channel. And all of these guys, this community, we put all of the stuff we're putting into the Get Dangerous channel, so that we can just share what we're doing, and hopefully like-minded folks like yourself kind of see it, pick up on it, join our community, and then it just grows from there organically. That's kind of our biggest goal right now.
Like I said, I'm all about the conversation. Collaboration's huge for me. I want to be able to do that.
Well, and sometimes we'll play something that's totally from the community, right? Like, what was that? Like Lamb of God or whatever?
The Cult of the Lamb?
Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb. That, like, my kid saw a video and was like, you got to get D to play this on stream. Okay, great. So we did that for a week, right? Like, and so we're definitely, I feel like we're adding 1 or 2 people to the Discord, like, every week. And,
yeah, it's starting to build.
It's weird.
Fabulous.
It's weird seeing all these names come in. And, and I don't play Destiny at all. I know nothing about it. I tried playing it. I'm on a Mac, and so I was playing it like through GeForce or something. It was super awkward. I'm like, I'm happy to watch you guys play, whatever. But I see all this like Destiny action. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'll come in and watch, knowing nothing, but I'll still engage with, folks in the chat and all that. And it's just really fun to see. I love the live stuff when everyone's really chatting while it's happening, but then to see people like afterward, getting like 50, 60 views or something, I'm like, what magic did we hit there? That's
awesome though. That your Discord's growing, and that you guys kind of seem to very effectively, just really support each other. I know that history has shown that group projects can be complicated at times, right? I think you guys, just from this conversation, all three of you really sound like you work really, really well together. And I think that's really, really unique. I think all three of you, I haven't, of course, met Blue, but I think all three of you offer something really fantastic for each other. And I definitely want to see this succeed. I absolutely love, I love talking to you guys. I'm motivated. Like, let's go do something, like, I wish people, I want people to see your channel. I want people to see your passion and your motivation. I mean, obviously that's a huge part of what we're trying to do here as well. But I mean, that's fantastic, guys. I absolutely love it, man. You got me hook, line, and sinker.
We just need that 1% every day.
1%
Yeah,
every day,
1%, man.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't seem like much, but if you go 365 days at 1%, that's 365% you didn't have.
Right.
Oh yeah. Checking back from our first videos to like what we have now,
Oh
it's like
oh god,
night and day. Well, and then you look
don't
at
ever want to do that, man. You don't ever want to watch your old videos. I've watched my old video. I watch routinely my very first video ever, and I get about 4 seconds into it, and I'm like, oh my god, bro, what were you? Stop!
I'm out,
Nicholas. Stop it. So
you watch and you're like, "Whoa, was this filmed in the '90s?" And you're like, "No, it was just no."
I actually had it pulled up one time because I was watching it. My wife comes in and she's like, "What you watching, baby?" And I'm like, "This is my first video." And like, I looked up at her and she had this like she just ate a food that she doesn't like, but she's trying to like make the person feel good. Look on her face.
Yes.
I'm like, it's bad, baby. I know. And she goes, "No," but she's like, "Look at where you came. Look where you are now." And I'm like, you know what? Like, that's why I love you. Like, that's support, it's recognizing where you've come from and being supportive of where you are and where your friends and family and loved ones want to see you go. So, yeah, I mean, that's passion, and that's what you guys need to find. And I think you guys have it with the three of you. So
thank you for recognizing that.
So what's, tell me a little bit about your gaming history. Decode, you and I actually kind of, we're kind of simpatico there. My mother and father were Polish immigrants. They hated video games. The only thing good for you was education. And it wasn't until I was 17 years old working at Target. I had a full-time job at Target, and I bought my first gaming system, which was a PlayStation 1. I bought Resident Evil 1 Collector's Edition, Resident Evil 2 Collector's Edition, Metal Gear Solid, and my life went downhill ever since that day. So
never looked back.
Never looked back. I never looked back. But tell me about your guys' gaming history. What brought you to where you are now? And then if you want to kind of finish it out with, when did you kind of look in the mirror and realize that that this is the next step?
Well, so to kind of mirror what you've got going on there, I lived in a small town, like a really, really small town. A lot of times people don't. I graduated in a class of 22 people. I had a grand population of 805, and I don't even think that moved when I was living there for the total of 13 years. So there wasn't a lot to do. I mean, I spent a lot of my time outside, and thank goodness I did. And the reason why I couldn't play these games was because my younger brother had basically assimilated it like the Borg. He would not let that thing go. I'd wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to him dying and basically clutching the controller, and it would just drive me bonkers. And it was one of those things where it's like, I just wanted a little bit of time to be able to play, but I barely got the chance to do it, so I went outside, right? I mean, you're talking about your first job at Target. I was cutting trees down at the age of 13 with some older fella who was like a World War II veteran, one of the frogmen. But
Jesus, nice.
Yeah, he was a character and a half. I got plenty of stories, way too long to start here, but I mean, he was nuts. Probably one of my favorite people. But it wasn't until I got into like my senior year in high school when I started like mixing together with people in a much better way, because I was always an implant. I was a reject from the start. Nobody wanted to be around me. If they did actually catch on to me, they would be clinging to rumors. Like, it was a bad social situation. It wasn't until I got out and had friends that actually wanted to do these things that I started getting into it. And like I said, Halo was in its heyday. I started doing those LAN parties that you never see anymore, where people have got like 5 Xboxes in one house with cables going everywhere. It was crazy, and we'd PvP all night long, and it would just be nuts. And that's how I just got hooked into it. And then it went from there to other things like Dragon Age and so on. Like I would just grab anything that was like that I could get my hands on that was freely available to me. And I went back to PC gaming, which is the heart and soul of what I do anymore. Because I started with consoles because that's what I could afford. But after I went back to PC gaming, I couldn't stop. Now it's just building that library. I mean, I've got 200, 300 titles or something in my library now. It's ridiculous.
You got to pump those numbers up.
Yeah, those are rookie numbers.
Those are rookie numbers, yeah.
No, but for real though, the first Dragon Age is another one of those cult classics, man. I played that. I played that game on PlayStation. I mean, like endlessly. I could probably pick it back up again and play it forever. It's one of my favorite console games of all time.
Absolutely. Well, shoot, it's on Steam now for like $5. The sale has gone out.
It's
I did not need to know that.
Yeah, but you know what's not on Steam, and you know what's not ported is the game I really want to play, which is Killzone. For some reason, they just they're content on letting that die on console. So
I heard that Killzone is coming, like Killzone 3 is coming out soon.
Is it?
I saw a trailer for it that was like using the Unreal 5 engine.
Oh man!
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Killing Floor.
Oh,
your Killzone is
Killing
PS
Floor
PlayStation
3 is coming out, man. You are 100% right.
I that was
wait.
my bad.
You had me excited there. I was like, wait a minute.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. That's all right. I've been let down before.
For that you are bad.
Don't you worry.
Let's see. So I'll give my quick history.
Yeah, hit us.
I think that I actually was a gamer from the beginning, really, because my mom had an NES when I was growing up, and she loved to play Tetris, and I had Tetris and Super Mario Brothers, and my dad, he was, your dad is always the best at everything, right? And so like he would show me the secret of how you can get like infinite lives in Mario by jumping on the turtle.
Yes,
like over and over and over. Yeah, like I thought he was my messiah for games, because it's like, how do you know something like this? Like to the point where it could just like show symbols for your life. And so like I started off with NES, and then I moved on to my mom got a PC for her work. We're talking like this had like 933 hertz. It was a beast.
Oh,
and
nice.
like 850 megabytes of hard drive space and
almost
like 32 megabytes of RAM.
But you could play Diablo on that like a boss.
Oh yeah, so I played my first games on there was real-time strategy games. So yeah, I use them. Yes. I'd play Red Alert, and then the game that really I think solidified my like this is gonna be what I want to do. Like this is how I want to have fun is Total Annihilation.
Yes.
Probably the best RTS ever made.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh, such a good game. And so that bridged into trying to upgrade for more. I built like I think when I was in high school, I saved up enough money and I built my own PC for the first time. And it's just PC games there. And then I went back into consoles to start playing. I got a PS3 recently, like a few years ago, just to get like God of War and like Horizon Zero Dawn and all these other games that have been coming out for PlayStation. And of course, Final Fantasy has been a huge mainstay. I forgot to mention that in the NAS era, I had like the map of the original Final Fantasy like out, and I'd like be writing on it and like playing that game to death. So yeah.
Forgive me. Cool. I gotta ask this one fast question. Did you ever play a game or even heard of it called Crusader No Remorse? For whatever reason,
dude,
talking about these
Crusader No Regret and Crusader No Remorse, man.
Yeah, those were ones that for whatever reason you're talking about this, and I just had a flashback to that.
Dude, they were so good. Everyone loved them because they just felt like they were Mandalorian.
Kinda, yeah.
But and when you look at it more closely, I think I don't know, like when I look at it now, I kind of feel like the name Crusader sticks just because his helm kind of looks like a Templar Knight, like a Crusader's helm would look. But
absolutely,
dude, like Crusader, No Remorse, and No Regret were fantastic alone, just because of the destructible environments. I mean, you could be getting engaged and hit a gas vent and blow up like 9 people. I mean, it was state of the art back in the day, man.
Yeah, it was really well made, really well done, with that weird merging of video game and live action cutscene.
Yes, yeah, and you actually had to like memorize stuff. He'd be like, "You need to put in code 9312," and you'd get to the door, and you'd forget the code, and you'd be like, "Well, that's an armory I don't get into because the cutscene's gone, and I can't go back to it, and I don't have a pen and paper." So,
yep. Blink and you miss.
Oh well, you know.
Melf, what's your story?
Melf, you're up, man.
I feel like I'm the weird stepchild in this situation.
Uh-oh.
So I grew up in San Jose, Silicon Valley, right? Early 80s. I had an Amiga 500. I had a Commodore 64. Then I had the Amiga 500, like all that. So that's my gaming start, is PC gaming, but on, this is before there's like Mac OS, or really Windows is like DOS still. So that's where I started out. There was no Windows. It was DOS. Everything was, load in the 5-inch floppy, flip the manual open to find page 26, paragraph 3, line 18, and that's your password to prove that you have the game. That was where I started out. My uncle was a hacker, and so he worked at the computer science lab at his college, and he would like copy games for me. And
piracy. That's a good
so
one.
I had to play. That was the way I played. And I was the weird kid. I never had a Nintendo. I had a Genesis. All my neighbors had the Nintendo, but I had the Genesis. And then when they all got PlayStations, I got the GameCube. I got the N64. I had the Nintendo, and they had their Xboxes and their PlayStations. So like, I never played Halo. I never played God of War. I never played like any of those like Fallout, like none of those like classic foundational games.
Yeah.
Resident Evil, like none of those games. Tomb Raider, those were not my games. I was rocking like the alternate gaming path. And after the Amiga, went out of business, I was a Mac gamer. And so I had all the stuff from Sierra, from Aspire, from Blizzard, like all those things, from Bungie back before they got bought. Those were my games. And so it was the weirdest thing, because I was basically like a single player gamer. Like there was no, multiplayer. None of my friends had any of the games that I had. And so, that's me. Like still today, I have a Mac, right? Everybody else has their Wintel box. I've got a Mac. And so it's been real fun to like have this like parallel gaming journey while that. But at its core, I'm a slower like RPG 4X gamer. That's my sweet spot. And so, I just started putting out these Civ games on our channel just like 6 weeks ago, doing that, and that's my foray into like doing my own stream. Even though it's not live, I'm recording the screen and we're putting it on there, and that's been an absolute blast to be able to do that. But for me, I'm at home, it's the Nintendo Switch, because pretty much any game there is one I can play with my kids, at least in the room, if not playing with me. And that's for me like the most important part, is the side by side on the couch gameplay with the kids.
So what do you guys want to grow into? I mean, we kind of talked a little bit early on about this kind of being a group thing and really wanting to build a community. Where do you guys see your end game? Where is your hey, we've reached that, now let's maintain, let's kind of keep this going. Where is that for you? Where do you guys see that?
Well, D wants to quit his day job. So that's
yeah. All right. Well, hey man, no, that's
the financial goal.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the other goal, because what's funny is that bringing that up, that has been the goal. But I actually started thinking about it because when you allowed us to kind of preview some of the stuff that we'd be looking at here, I had to really ask that question about where it was that I wanted to go. Honestly, The financial stability is clearly where I want to wind up, but that's kind of got like an end of the road type feel to it. What I'm actually really wanting to do is build something that I don't know that people can come to do two different things. Sit down, enjoy whatever it is I'm doing, regardless if they like the game I'm playing or not, because that's not necessarily like the whole thing of it. Like the game does count; it matters. It's got its way in. But whether it be doing the tabletop role playing games, whether it be the video games that I'm playing, it's like being able to construct a specific experience where you can get home, crack a beer, maybe laugh your ass off a little bit, and just kind of chill out. Because there needs to be a lot more of that going on, period.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I echo that, D. I mean, quite honestly, I don't think that when I watch a streamer or when I watch a video, I mean, there's a good chance that it's about a game that I'm interested in. But if the character is right, if the person behind the mic is the right person, it's not necessarily about the game. It's about just being a part of something, laughing, having a good time. And I really can't I can't agree with you more, man. 100%.
In college, I was I had the single dorm room, right? I didn't have roommates for those first couple of years. And for me, my Friday night was Adult Swim, Toonami. Like, I would order a pizza, I would turn that on, and that was like the next 4 hours of my life. I would love it if our channel could get to that status for folks.
Yeah.
Dude,
where we have a regular release schedule. They know, it's this game on this night, whatever, and they're looking forward to it. Like D said, get home after work, grab a beer, whatever. That someone's looking forward to, like, oh, I've got an hour time, I'm gonna catch up on the latest whatever. And that's my happy moment right there.
Mm-hmm. I think to add on to that, my end game for Get Dangerous would be to fit the motto. Like, just have a community where people come together and talk about books that they're either reading or writing, get together, talk about games that they're playing or, creating, and just having a good time. Like, once I've told D about this, once we get like critical mass where, a lot of stuff is us pushing and putting stuff out there and just seeing what lands. Once we get to the point where it kind of organically builds upon itself and we can get feedback from a community who's watching, right? And they're like, hey, we like you. Can you do this? And we do that. And then they get happy and we're happy because we're helping them. And that loop kind of self-feeds itself. That's, I think, where I would like us to be, which echoes, I think, what D and Melf have said.
We got fan art, right? That was like an awesome moment.
Right? First one.
I love it, guys. I feel I really feel like your subscribers, your community, the people in your Discord, it definitely feels, especially just from our conversation here, it definitely feels like they're very engaged with what you're bringing to them, and it's something that they really want to see and that they really like having. And I think that you've captured something for the community, and I don't even think it's a niche market. I think that you've captured a lot of everything that everyone likes. And I think that that's something that you should really be proud of. So my hat's off to you.
Thanks.
Thank you. That means a lot. Wow.
My imposter syndrome's like, we fooled another one.
Hey, if I had dice in front of me right now, I'd roll them and see if that initiative check worked. I don't know. What would you probably say your one message is? Like, if there's one thing that you want your audience to take away from you, it could be a philosophy, man. I mean, it could be something silly, but what's your one message that you want to make sure people get away from you?
I'm gonna let D answer this
honestly, one. Yeah. Well, like I said, I gave that a little bit of thought, but it made sense to me. It's all about that 1%, right? But that's not necessarily the message in mind. It's whatever it is that you're afraid of. That's probably what you should be doing. this is specific to being on screen and doing the rest of it. I mean, I'm reclusive, easily reclusive. I could sit in my house by myself and disappear, and I would be a very happy camper. That's easy for me. What isn't easy is stepping up to, camera and microphone and putting myself out there, because I haven't really unfurled completely yet. And the plan is to challenge that fear completely until it's gone. And so, but I also know one other thing too, is that if you do the things you're afraid of, you will eventually be a lot happier anyway. So whatever it is that you're afraid of, you should be doing that, because that's really where your happiness is going to be, one way or another. So this whole thing spooks the hell out of me. So that's exactly why I'm doing it. Also for the fact that I love the games and the commiserating and all of that. Like, there's a lot of good stuff that comes with it, but it kind of scares the hell out of me.
I like that. Yeah. I think that's, that's a good
I
message.
I gotta say, get dangerous.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Right? Like, not to be cliche, but get dangerous.
Oh man. I like you guys.
Thanks. You ain't so bad yourself,
I don't have any other questions for you, man. I think we've had a great dialogue. I really love talking to you. I want to stay in touch. I want to play games with you. I definitely want to build I want to be a part of your community. I want to build a community with you, but I want to be a part of what you're building. I want you guys to kind of lead the charge, and I kind of want to be a part of what you're building. So I love it. I think that I hope a lot of people watch this video. I want a lot of people to watch all of these content creator showcases, because I think we really kind of get to see content creators in a less serious manner. There's something that's very obvious about when a creator is uploading a video and they want to get views and they want to be enjoyed, but really kind of being able to kick your shoes off proverbially. Is that right? Figuratively? I'm going to say figuratively, because that sounds better. So figuratively kicking your shoes off and just talking to your friends. And I think you guys have a lot going for you, like I said, and it's been an absolute blast talking to you. So thank you. Believe me, it's all on this side of the table. I have been flattered and honored being able to talk to you guys today.
Yeah, it's been awesome, man.
Yeah, thanks for bringing us on.
Much.
I bless the YouTube algorithm for you dropping by our channel and seeing it.
Yeah, I tell you, man, I think it was a Destiny video that I saw of Decode there, and I was like, I like this guy's thumbnail, so I'm gonna click on that and watch this guy have some fun with Destiny. So that's where it started, man. That's how it all starts.
Yeah. Well, it looks like all those pictures I took and all the stuff you've been doing, Kaz, has been paying off.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'll let you guys go. Once again, thanks for joining me. Any last messages for anybody out there listening?
I don't know. Just
Have
get
fun.
out there and kick
Get their
ass.
interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. We will see you on the next one, everybody. Please check out Get Dangerous's channel. Writing, gaming, and general badassery. Did I get that right?
Yeah, you
Pretty
did.
close. Good
Pretty
enough.
close. Pretty close. You guys say it best. Thanks again for joining. We'll see you on the next one.
Take
Nick
care.
out.